With only 12 days of school left, students in the K-12 school district in Washington County won't have to worry about enforcement if they choose not to wear a mask in public schools here. The Board of Trustees recently ruled to discontinue enforcing the former state mandate, which was never lifted for schools, despite being lifted statewide on April 10th.
I think with the recent changes that have taken place with the legislature, the state has met three key benchmarks that the legislature put in place for them to lift the public health order everywhere except for in public education. Our Board of Education discussed that thoroughly and felt like we would continue encouraging masks, but we will not enforce mask wearing in our schools.
Dunham said it's up to parents and the children and teachers to decide what they feel comfortable with now.
Currently, we have 0 employees with COVID, 0 employees quarantined with COVID. We have 1 student that is positive, and we have 9 students quarantined. So district-wide, out of our nearly 35,000 children, we have 1 student positive and 9 quarantined.
Unlike other school districts that only offered virtual school during the pandemic in the fall, the Washington County School District was one of the first to open back up, but wearing masks. The district also allowed sports.
Our board was adamant they wanted to get the kids in school, and if it took wearing a mask to do that, then they would do it because they realized that the mental health of the children was being affected in our community by being away from their peers, by being out of school.
Dunham believes the students here are on task when it comes to education due to the in-school class sessions.
So, are we ahead of the game? Yes, we are. We always have felt very strongly that unless we're making dust, we're eating it. And in every regard, opening 5-day-a-week instruction, sports, all of these things, we are making dust. We're not going to eat it.
Dunham said that despite the mandate, there wasn't a noticeable drop in students whose parents chose to take them out. However, they did see an increase in virtual learners.
I don't know that we actually saw a decrease because of the masks specifically. I think we saw the increase in virtual learning come from people that had more concerns about the disease itself and putting their child in with such a large population where it could possibly be uncontrolled or unregulated.
Dunham said while most of the mandated decisions on masks were out of the board's control and made at a higher level, the board therefore can't plan much for next year until the time comes. However, they do work closely with the Southwest Utah Public Health Department and will take guidance as recommended regarding safe health precautions. In Washington County, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.